strike the ground and start growing some wacky tobacco. Since we're going to be doing both our cigarettes and cigars from the same farm here, we'll go for a large one. We've got cash on hand. Now, the levels that so you got, again, same idea here. You can do either livestock and or crops, or a mixture of the two from here. And we'll do 2 sales. 2 sales units seems to be the necessary thing. And we'll link them all up. And I just realized we built this entirely too early because actually, yeah. There we go. We built this entirely too early because tobacco starts growing in, I think, yeah, November. Oops. So this farm's going to sit idle for a little bit. Actually, that's not necessarily a bad thing, because if we crank up the training budget, the workers might be level 2 by the time they start planting, so we'll have a slightly better crop. Because as far as controlling the quality level of your crop, that is entirely based on the skill of your workers, nothing else. The placement is only for shipping costs at the moment. So the placement of my farm, you don't have. Actually, it was kind of funny. In Capitalism 1, it mattered. Like there were, moisture level zones and hot zones and cold zones, and you had to find like the right mixture of the two for your farms, and thus that limited the number of different places you could put a farm for a given product. But that was really too finicky, and so they sort of did away with that and said, yeah, you can grow anything anywhere here. You just need to plop down a farm here. It sort of abstracts it. So that's going to be that's going to start cooking up here. So we can't really do anything on there until we have our supply of tobacco, because, well, you need one. You gotta have both of those going. So let's look at a couple other. Oh yeah, get our annual salary up here. Now, let's see, the financial department is quite useful because we can set a dividend. Now, in our case, because we were able to secure 100% ownership of our own company, this allows us the legal transfer of money, besides the salary, to our person. And ultimately, your score in this game, or at least the way I judge your score in this game, is not how rich your company becomes, it's how rich you become. So if we do a big fat dividend payout of, let's say, 10% a year, we are going to be tossing a big chunk of change to Pinstar the individual, and that's going to make him very, very wealthy. Wealthy enough that he might be able to start buying up other companies. Like buying up other companies himself, like not using the company's money to buy them, but to buy them independently. Was that... what is with these timber deposits? Alright, well at least it's a crap one, so I don't have to worry about it. Absolute garbage. Oh yeah, obviously for buildings that need to extract resources from the map, you need to put the building on the resource itself in order for that building to do its thing. You couldn't just slap a timber thing just randomly in here. That much is important. And they're almost always on the outskirts, especially the timber. Pardon? I refreshed my beverage here. Let's see. Alright, you're still doing your thing. Now, the other thing that we could do is we could also go breaking into and get setting up the other components of our furniture stores, because we already have our furniture stores in place. I think after we get into our cigarettes and cigars and what have you, we'll go and flesh out our the other components of our cigarettes and not cigarettes and cigars, furniture, and then all that research will apply to them once those finish. So let's see here. Factory is doing quite well. Yeah, just playing the waiting game. Actually, you know what we should do? Here's what we should do. If we're gonna do a simultaneous rollout of everything, let us start farms in all 4 cities, so that we can start. We can be ready with the tobacco everywhere. Yeah, let's just do a quick set of tobacco. We'll crank you up. You guys will be level 1, but whatever. Perth, we already did Perth. Tobacco, 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 tobacco. Yes, that's the correct one. Training. And now that it's right on the cusp of November, we're good. We good. Farm. Tobacco. Boom. Tobacco. Okay. So now we are going to be ready to roll in all 4 cities with our massive rollout of cigarettes and cigars. It's going to be wondrous. Wondrous! And heck, we've got the cash on hand to make it happen, so why not? Now, one of the other things we're going to want to consider, especially since our money is getting up nice and high, is we may want to consider purchasing various advertisers. This allows you to own an advertising station. Therefore, when you are paying for advertising, you're paying yourself. And other companies who want to advertise their products in your market can advertise with you and pay you. You can also control how much money goes to the production of content for that advertising, so you can try to affect your rating points to make your advertising more effective. You can also set the price for that, too. Let's see here. Ion Industries takes control of Global Link. Robert Jackson loses control of... Oh, we had our first hostile takeover. So go Ion Industries. Woo! Please tell me you can replant that. Oops. Oh, thank God they were able to replant, because it happened. So what that does is when that insects event happens, any in progress growing gets taken away for all farms in that region. So you might lose a whole year of crops. Thankfully, because it happened in the middle of the month, they just restarted their planting during the planting season, and we could still get that. And Stockholm blacked out. Oh wait, on the Vancouver. Oh yeah, the Vancouver area. Yeah, we're good. We're good. We're good. All right. Let's see. Oh yeah, marketing places. What's that? A radio station. I do want to ideally buy TV stations. You know, I mean, I'd like to buy just one advertiser in each city, because they are expensive. They are very expensive. All right, the TV stations. not for sale. Neither is the radio station here either. You don't determine when they go on sale. That's only if they're hitting hard times. Are they? Boy, this F is all over the place. Tracy Bond, you're gonna have to get taken down a peg. How the F is she doing anyway? I think she's our primary competitor here. Let me check her. Well, she's actually not making that much money. Her stock price isn't that good either. You know what? Before we go into that, I think it might be time for us to start purchasing her. Well, purchasing her company anyway. And I think we're going to try and buy it with Pinstar himself here. Like, we'll just start chipping away at it. See if we can buy out her company and get rid of all this. Granted, I don't necessarily want to take over all these farms that were built in the middle of the frickin' town. I swear the AI makes a mess of things. Oh, our tobacco. Our tobacco should be all done. Yes, it is. We have honey bunches of tobacco. So let us start with the cancer. I mean, cigarettes and cigars. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make a little tiny factory dedicated to paper. Now I make it a small size factory because you don't need a lot of throughput for this. Let me see. Does it have one for paper, or do I need to make one for paper? That's just an all-around thing. Yeah, no. All right, we're going to make one for paper. So, same idea here. 1 purchasing unit, 3 manufacturing units, 2 sales units. But instead of making beds, we will set them all to manufacture paper, because that is the submaterial needed for this. Buy our supply of timber here. It's not the highest one, but at this point, the trickle down will not be that thing. In fact, we probably don't even need training for these people. All right. Before these people start manufacturing beds, we can jump on these and tell them set production. And yes, putting timber into things will make beds, but in this case we don't. We want them to actually make paper out of this. So we set them all to paper. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to save this as a template so we can just rubber stamp it on our other stuff. There it goes. Okay, it just needed a moment. All right, now we can set this up to, we can add this as paper, and it'll recognize it as a proper paper template. All right, so we've got the paper, we've got the tobacco. So let's get a couple of factories for these. Now, when combining 2 different products, there's a different style of things that I like to use. I like to do 3 purchasing units here, going side to side. You don't get as many manufacturing units when you do this. And it is harder to make, the more raw materials that go into a product, the harder it is to manufacture them in larger quantities. But we're still getting 4 manufacturing units out of it. And we just connect in this particular design, we do no diagonals. No diagonals at all. And what we do is these two become, oh, we already have somebody with a, ooh. Memory Today is growing tobacco, and I'm guessing they have an expertise, because look at that. That is some high quality tobacco. Now we could buy from them. We could just go straight into buying their high quality tobacco. I mean, it's one heck of a freight charge, 45 cents, but so here's the question. What's more profitable? Do we buy Memory Today's tobacco? Or do we buy our own crappy tobacco and spend a lot of money and time trying to grow our own? You know what? I think I'm willing to buy Memory Today's tobacco. Okay, we've got our cigarettes. And we could, if we wanted to, do 50-50 here, where one half does cigarettes, the other half does cigars. But since I ultimately want to make sure I have a lot of volume, I like doing separate factories, one for cigarettes and one for cigars. Let's see if there's a pre-made for cigars. No. No, we're not manufacturing the timber in the same place. I don't like doing that. That's inefficient. Alright, I guess we're doing it ourselves. I remember growing up with this game as a kid. My libraries were chock full of like the ideal setups and layouts of all the different possible product configurations. And you can get really creative with it when you get into the more complex stuff like electronics and cars. Like assembling a single car is a multi-unit affair, to say the least. When was this game? It was in the 90s. I don't remember the exact date. Alright, Memory Today, we're going to get your tobacco. Might as well reward them with a little green for having a superior product for me to purchase. Oops. Set production, cigars, and cigars. Set you to training. Wait for you guys to trickle down to sales. Hey, Midgar. Not too much. Couple hours worth or so, but I will of course have this up on my channel or on video on demand on my Twitch channel, however you wish to see it. All right, we'll save this as a design. Excellent. All right, so we've got our cigarettes, we got our cigars, so let's find a place to sell them. Now I think I am going to spring for a higher ooh, the television station's for sale. How much are you asking? Ooh, 256 mil. Ooh, can we bite the bullet for that? We might be able to if we borrow a bank loan. 2001. Okay, so I was incorrect. I thought it was the 90s. It was close to the 90s. Let's see how much. Ooh, we're close to being able to grab that thing. Well, let's get our cigarette and cigar empire online here. And then we'll look at buying this television station in Perth, because that's going to be delightful. All right, now as far as our retail stores, number of different stores you can sell tobacco products in. The most specialized one would be the convenience store. Because, you know, you stop into a convenience store, you pick up some snacks, you get some food, get a pack of smokes, and you're on your way. So we're gonna do convenience stores for this one here. And it's also small, so it's easy to sneak in places. All right, let's see here. Now here, because we only have two, yes, hello, Shadu, welcome to the channel. Because we're only having two different products planned for here, I have a specific layout in mind here. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do a purchasing, and then sales, and then sales, and then sales. And that's going to be for our cigarettes. Now here's a little trick here. If you want to, oh, Shadow, I don't know. I am the king of mispronouncing people's names, and I do apologize. If you link up multiple sales units to multiple advertising units, it will apply its effect and its cost multiple times. That will allow you to advertise the ever-living crap out of these things, which, for the purposes of tobacco products, is something we want to do. Well, yours is easy, and I know the name from Final Fantasy VII. At least that's the only other place I've noticed Midgar before. All right, we're gonna do newspapers here, but as soon as we buy that television station, we will switch all of our stuff over to them. We don't want to encourage them. We want them to stay. We want them to continue to suffer so we can buy them. Yeah, we'll get some training up there and get some cost per product here, because these things are going to let's narrow it down to here. Purchase cigarettes and purchase. Ooh, looks like we have a competitor here. Memory Today. Ooh, Memory Today. This is a dangerous game. We're eating their lunch here, or potentially eating their lunch. So the question. So this is basically going to turn into an ad war. Because, yeah, let's see here. Wait, is it? Are they selling it, or are they just selling the tobacco? LG Lightweight, welcome to the channel. No, right, they are selling cigars. Everybody is selling cigars. Holy crap. Everybody is selling cigars. This guy is just making bank on. Is just making bank here. But we've got the brand game down pat. We're gonna beat them on branding. Zeta Group, Thunder Group, Zeta Group. Lots of competition here for cigars and for cigarettes. Well, our rating's actually going to naturally catch itself up to where it needs to be. once our branding catches itself up, and that'll happen once our advertising budget kicks into gear. So these are going to take a little bit of ways to get into play here. Yeah, look at all these. I think everybody just went into here. I hope we can keep up with supply. This is not so much a battle of production. This is a battle of advertisements. And Memory today, even if we beat them in selling their own cigars, we are buying their tobacco. So they're going to be happy either way. Granted, they probably want the markup, but yeah, it's that quality that they want. And actually, we have a little edge in quality because we use our own paper. Because we use slightly higher quality paper. And we're researching paper. So we will eventually have a small uptick in quality here. And like I said, we are aggressively spending on brand. Yeah, and look at all of them. They're all like, oh, we have to advertise. And I'm like, advertise all the things. All right. Television station. For awareness sake, what's the goal of this? Make money. What's the goal of any capitalist? No, the goal, whatever goal you set for yourself, you can go for. My particular goal is to get to the top of this. Now, this kind of tells you exactly how out of date these are, but these are real life people, and here are our friends, the Waltons, who own Walmart and all the heirs and what have you, with their approximate wealth levels here. And so my particular goal is to get Pinstar, the individual, not the company, up on this chart, ideally dethroning Bill Gates. Now, this is top 100 billionaires, local billionaire. Well, hang on. Let's see if Pinstar even appears on this list, because he will appear on this list depending on if he's gotten rich enough here. Nope, not there yet. But yeah, that is our lofty goal, is to hit the Billionaires 100 list. We've got a great start on it because we own 100% of our own company, and our stock price is going crazy. Matter. All right, we want to buy this place. $256 million to buy the television station, and boy, howdy, are we ever. We need the funding for it. Credit limits not enough to make that happen. I think once our tobacco setups here start bearing fruit. And is anybody else making tobacco here? No. Okay. So let's actually just repeat our setups here. Well, actually, before I dive into those, I know I have tobacco sitting idle, but I want to sort of corner Perth, because breaking into the tobacco market here is going to be a little bit more challenging and more, oriented on focused on things here. So despite only having about 100 million in the bank, that's not quite enough for our needs here. And more importantly, how are you guys doing? Well, you guys are doing your thing. Let's tick these down appropriately, just so that I can use that as Alright, we're starting to make edgeway here. And more importantly, we're starting to break into here. We gotta get that brand up nice and high. And I want to do it by buying the television station and then running big expensive ads there. I don't want to spike my ad budget anymore until I'm paying that ad revenue to myself. 200 and as soon as our credit limit's going down, I think it's because our stock price is going down. What's our stock price at? Yeah, our stock price has been tanking. I do not like, I think it's all these extra, you know what? We already know this thing is hemorrhaging money, so we're just going to demolish it. All right, you know what? Let's clean up these lazy assets and turn them into cigarette and cigar making machines. And then maybe the bank will turn around and start giving us our stuff. Enough to start buying up our media centers here. Although I would really like to do it in the other direction, but too late. Actually, paper should be good enough to ship by itself, right? Alright, let's see here. Cigarettes. No, not with bed. No, we don't want to buy timber. Yes, buy those. And I want to see who you buy from. Zigzag paper. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's any competing, it doesn't look like there's any other competing ones in this city. So, we'll buy tobacco from our own farm here. It'll be kind of crappy tobacco, but there's nobody else selling here, so it doesn't matter. And then, how expensive is it to import from here? Oh, that's actually not too bad, even with the paper. Alright, fine. I'll take it. We'll get another one of you up for our cigars. I'm glad I bookmarked these, and I'm glad it has this bookmarking functionality. And yeah, supplier tobacco. Yeah, if we can make all the paper from that one factory in Perth, then I think we're in business. Because paper shouldn't be too bad to ship.